am I missing?
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Don't talk to me about you.
Thomas Brown knows more about me.
Let's get you back to your frame, little moth. I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame. Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Oh dear, I shall
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. but I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I'd collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Got it. Only 4 more to go. This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her. That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida.
don't see why people fuss them up.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was
I've learned
empty.
almost all of the Goblin Rebellions off by heart. You can test me. Go on, test me. People who boast are insecure. That's what my mother told me, and she knows everything. At least that's what she told me.
Accio!
Horrified I didn't have it for his class. Said I need to get my priorities straight.
Makes no sense to me why Bertians don't study Abyssinian shrivel things. Why should they escape torment?
I need to get some dragonhide glass for herbology. I refuse to handle Chinese chomping cabbages with bare hands.
Don't get me started on how horrifying venomous tentacula are. Why we're forced to engage with them in class instead of just reading about them is beyond me.
Going to harvest some knotgrass from the greenhouses today. Did you know that it's used in polyjuice potion? I think it has something to do with being tied to another person.
Don't you find it chilly in greenhouses? It always surprises me how cool it is.
Why won't she just let us use gillyweed? What's the point of even learning about herbology if we can't get ourselves into some trouble with gillyweed? If I haven't personally met a mermaid by the end of term, I can tell you I shan't be happy.
A girl in our dormitory keeps getting packages of homemade pasties from her family. We shan't fit into our robes for next term at this rate.
My father said he used to have a school on instead.
Well, I woke up to one, wriggling its foul tongue up my nose it was.
I like to keep fit before you push them. Not everything, but some a few too many tricks from Zonkos.
She put a bow truckle under my bed, and I know it was her. She's looking for trouble, that one. Looking for it.
I've been collecting chispuffy fangs the entire term. Then I thought I'd be clever and simply keep a few chispuffs.
I couldn't agree more.
Our dorm's atrocious. I do wish people would clean up after themselves once in a while. A Bunderman destroyed my homework last night. And it was potions. This is my sister's first year at Hogwarts. Every time she pretended not to see me before, I cast at her with the trip jigs.
My family loves going to the Quidditch World Cup. Father was on the Barnton amateur team for a bit. Been obsessed with the sport ever since.
This is the first year my siblings and I are all at Hogwarts together. Our poor mother doesn't know what to do with her time, does she?
Is that all you've got? Yeah.
Levioso! Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent.
Levioso.
Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso!
This should be easy.
Levioso!
There you go. Case things.
I know!
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.